Guitar chords are a weird thing. Like those sirens in the background. They're kind of romantic, aren't they? It's a great background for talking about guitar stuff. Guitar chords are contextual. A lot of times you think you've nailed down a particular chord, or at least in my case, I have through the different weird music books. They're evil, man, guitar chords. You think you nail one down and you find out it's called something else in a different context. That's the weird part. Because you have to kind of learn what context you're dealing with. It reminds me of the notes. Inharmonic equivalent notes. In other words, a B flat is also known as an A sharp. So when you run across stuff like that, it's just a lot of things in music are really contextual. Reminds me of something else. Reminds me of how, sheet music for guitar stuff is kind of a joke a little bit, because there are so many different positions and ways to voice things on the guitar. You can't call an E just an E. You could say, well, where am I going to play that E? There are plenty of places up the neck I could play that. It's weird. But remember, the most important thing is looking good. So learn what chords look good and look complicated. All right, let's take a look at some chord voicings here as an example. This is why chords can be confusing and irritating. This is just a mini example. So we'll take a look at a major 7th chord. And we'll take a look at that chord. Let's see, we will do a G sharp with the root on the 6th string. So here's a G, you can tell by this first dot on the 6th string here. This dot indicates a G. Here's a G sharp. So we'll base the first pattern right here. And then we'll take a look at a G sharp based off of the 5th string, which is the next string down here. So a G sharp on that would be, here's a G sharp on the 6th string. On the 5th string, it would be here. Just an octave up. Now we're going to take a look at the major 7th chord. So here's a major chord. Let's see. This is based off of an E chord shape here. E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp. So this is just a G sharp major right here. Now if we walk this finger back one note, this becomes a major 7 right here. Sounds pretty, doesn't it? A little bit of vibrato there. Oh yeah. Here's another way of playing a major 7. The 5th string here is muted because the finger here actually lays across that 5th string, just muting it, and that's how the chord should be played. So you hear. So those are both major 7s. So let's take a look at that again. Here's a major 7, G sharp major 7. Here's a G sharp major 7. This is also known as an A flat major 7. It's the same thing. Here's A, so an A flat is one step down. And a G sharp is one step up from G. So it's this fret space right here. It's the same thing. Now let's take a look at a major 7 chord, a G sharp major 7 on the 5th string. So here's an example of one. So here's that shape. So the little finger on the 5th string right here, the ring finger on the 4th string, then we skip a fret and we bar across the 3 highest pitch strings right there. So we'll hear it in conjunction with this, you can hear it. And here is yet another example of G sharp major 7 right here. G sharp major 7, G sharp major 7, G sharp major 7. This is why it's so confusing so many times when you get into guitar, because golly, there's so many different ways of looking at something and playing something. You want to play the most complicated looking chords you can, especially when people are taking pictures or video of you. You want everyone to know just how awesome you are. Because looking good is the most important thing. The major 6 chord looks good. There are a couple different ways to play it. So let's make it look as complicated as possible. I don't know, I have 2 ways of playing it. Okay, 3 ways of playing it. Here's a way. This is an A sharp major 6. Look at that finger shape right there. See that? Let's get you a little closer. Oh, the light goes out. Oh, we can't see it. Oh, it does. It looks pretty complicated, right? If you're standing there, you're doing some sort of cool pose. It helps if you have long hair and you have a fan blowing on you. So then you can stand there and you can go. People think right away, oh, that dude is super cool. Of course, it helps if you make sure the strings aren't buzzing when you do it. But if it's a picture, no one's gonna know. If it's video, you can dub it in later, it's cool. Okay, now the other way to play it, I have to walk it back. So here's a major 7, dominant 7th. There's a major 6 right there. Oh, look at those fingers. They're splayed out. If you play this very long, your hands are gonna start hurting. But check out this pose, like this. Don't pay attention to that one note, but just look at this. Look at my fingers. Oh, there we go, that's perfect. See? It's a key. Looking good right there. Major 6, looking good.